This is going to be so fun. Has anyone done open space before?
If you don't know who Robbie is, so he is founder of XPill, which is a super badass idea. He's keynoted here at Mindshare and other big venues around. He's the former culture strategist for Zappos, right? Known for culture.
So this is called open space. It's a tradition that's happened for decades all around the world, and it's where we have no idea what's going to happen, but we're about to find out. You see that board? It says different times for different sessions. And within about 25 minutes, that's going to be filled up with the topics that you care the most about. It's anything that you have some heat around and want to take responsibility for. But responsibility means something very simple. You're willing to host a conversation on a topic. That's it. You don't have to be the expert. You don't even have to talk. Write down your topic in the form of a question ideally, because questions open up space for conversation. Even though it's that simple, there are a few principles that apply. Whoever comes is the right people. You might say, why didn't JJ come to mine? I thought she'd really like that. No, whoever comes is the right people. Whatever happens is the only thing that could have happened. We like to think, this should have happened. We should have done this or that. No, whatever happens is the only thing that could have happened. Wherever it happens is the right place. It might not even be there. It might be at the bar. It might be somewhere else. You might be off to the side. Wherever that conversation happens, it's the right place. Whenever it starts is the right time. We have these guidelines of time, but sometimes the creative spirit doesn't move that way. And when it's over, it's over. There's only one law. The law of 2 feet states that if you do not feel that you are either learning or contributing, then you take your 2 feet and you go somewhere else. Without further ado, the space is open.
I thought the open space exercise was really cool. I like the idea that everybody can come up and offer ideas for discussion.
Everybody is so intelligent individually, and you get us all together in one place. It's just amazing how much you can learn from others' experiences.
Open space is a great warm-up to meet each other in a new large group, broken down by areas of interest. I really like that.
It may seem like this room is so big and there are so many people, but in that small group, and the way that you did this, in the small group, you feel like this is your little family. This is a little confidential group that you can share whatever with, and we did, and it felt amazing.
We are the intuition, we are the collective. And to actually hear that today and to hear that a lot of the intuitive things that I've been feeling over the years that other women are confirming and bringing new things to us is that it feels like more power in here that we can't have alone.
It's about a journey together, about creating cooperation and friendship.
To me, open space means freedom. It means open conversation, and meaning everything is on the table.
I was culture strategist at Zappos, where we became a top place to work while delivering world-class customer service. Since then, I've traveled the world speaking about culture, but the most effective work I do is creating experiences. Open Space is an all-company meeting that surfaces the most important issues and crowdsources the solutions. People don't need a position of authority to lead sessions. They sense the problems, ask the questions, and gather to figure out the solutions. I got to test this concept out online before we all had to work from home, and the excitement and energy were still there because people are coming together based on where they have the most energy and expertise. We start by gathering everyone in one main room, and the leader announces the challenge to address, the riddle to solve. For example, how do we become a digital company? And one by one, people step up to set the topics in the form of a question. They say, hey, my name is Rob. I'd like to discuss how we create an exceptional customer service experience. And then the next person goes. And very quickly, we have an entire agenda of session options, listed by time and location, all addressing what people identify as the key issues to solve. Each of those become a breakout room, where people are free to attend as many as they like, based on where they can contribute the most. It's incredibly engaging because people are not forced to do something they have no interest in. The leader of the session doesn't have to have the answers. They just open with the questions and the discussion ensues. After the first round, people go back to the board to see what session they'll attend next. And the next session begins. And in each session, there's a note taker who's capturing all the best ideas and next action steps. These notes are all compiled in one document so that everyone has access and doesn't have to be at every session. Leadership reviews all the notes to determine the highest priority next action items, where resources need to go, and who needs to be authorized to take further action. That's where the plan emerges and the actions can be tracked. Leaders find that it makes their jobs incredibly easy because the people do all the work based on their talents and interests. The leader simply points the ship in the right direction. The best companies in the world know their people are their best assets, and open space unleashes their power. People are often in tears because they connect with others across the company based on their passions. It's so unique because it combines team building, which is usually done as a separate event, with actually getting the work done, and everyone loves it. There's a massive change going on. Here's the good news. You don't need to know the answers. They're all right there in your people. So, are you ready to unleash the true power of your company?
The President of the United States is the easiest job in the world. Now, not always easy decisions, but easiest job. Think about it. Every single thing you could think of is covered. Every single need you have. You're never thinking to yourself, wait, should I be somewhere right now? Is there somewhere else I'm supposed to be? You never think to yourself, should I be working on something else right now? Contrast that with your life and what's going through your head. 10 different tasks you should be working on, of text messages that you've got to send, emails that you've got to get to. And this doesn't even take into account, you got to pick up the kids from soccer, you got to figure out when your next teeth cleaning appointment is, all these things going through your head. And as you start to process all these, not to mention all the tasks you're not getting to, add all of these up, you start to realize, oh my gosh, the president does have it easier. What if you could end the pain of constantly thinking you could be doing more? You could finally do those things you've been talking about. You get the right things done with the right people in the right timing. Every day will be worth a celebration. 48-hour day is a simple concept at its core, but you spend a 48-hour period, and during that period, you get more done than you usually would in 2 to 3 weeks. Imagine you took on that thing you've been avoiding. Imagine you took on that new project you really want to take on. Imagine that big boulder that's in front of you is just gone. And how good would it feel in the evening after to truly be present and relax? How good would it be on the weekend coming up that you could let go, to the point, as it says in the Old Testament liturgy, it's not the commandment to rest, the commandment is to rest as if you never had to work again. That is the level of rest we're talking about. And imagine in your body the feeling of getting these done to the point that not only will you take a vacation, but you deserve that vacation, and you know that it's going to rest and renew you for even more. It's my invitation to you to play with these concepts, to run a 48-hour day, to try the perfect landing and a No Tech Tuesday, and run the experiment. It will revolutionize productivity, and you'll feel better than you ever have. Thank you.
This is one of the most innovative concepts that I've ever heard in the business world, and one that I'm about to put into action immediately.
I am so motivated and inspired by his lecture, and I can't wait to implement this into my routine to boost my productivity.
Very dynamic speaker, and I'm going to go home actually and use this on my teams.
I've watched him before, and this was like his best yet. I'm watching somebody in evolution, and he's just the best at explaining and inspiring and being a role model. Do whatever he says, because it works. Thank you.
Being more authentic. The one thing I really loved about Robbie's talk was it was authentically him, and it really made me want to be more authentically me. So thank you very much, Robbie. I appreciate it.
This whole experience is just like surreal. Nothing compares. He's the real deal, and you know why? Because he didn't talk about how great he was or all kinds of superstar accolades. He made it personal, and so for that reason, Tony Robbins has nothing on you.
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was a complete build-up to an actual experience that was deeper and more valuable and life-changing than anyone in the audience could have expected.
These are some of the world's thought leaders. And Robbie did this experience for them, and they were blown away. So as soon as we had the theme of Limitless, I went, that's it. This has got to be the guy.
I just started to realize that culture is just a bunch of individuals. And if we could really enhance the individuals, get those blocks, get those limits out of the way, and bring them to their full power, then we could really ignite the organization.
When I realized where Robbie was going, the first words out of my mouth when he introduced the concept of the red pill, blue pill was just, oh,
I would say with the X pill, it really opens up your mind to just clear out the clutter and be open to the possibilities because it's unlimited.
Because what we found was that, like you do here, like Jim said, business is a subsection of life. If life isn't working, everything's not working. I discovered a way, really discovered by accident, as you'll see, a way to crack open the unconscious mind, the blocks that you might not even know you have there. And one by one, they started achieving those intentions. Somebody's like, I just lost all the weight. Another person says, I just got that job I really wanted. Another person's in a new relationship. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this keeps going. This guy, John Gray, he was there too. He used it to write his next book as his commitment. Anybody recognize this guy? Dave Asprey, godfather of biohacking, sent that out to all his people in this video here. This guy, Lee, another athlete, used it to get over his fear of water and break his record in the water for triathlons.
So if you're up for it and you're ready, this is the event to take to heart with your highest intentions for your very best self, for your deepest desires, and your best life.
If it takes a little purple pill, then it's worth whatever the price is to lift the limits off of your employees, your groups, your friends, your families, because it can only help when people feel like they can do anything.
I really enjoyed the experience and I highly recommend it to everyone trying to make a change.
Yes, I can do this. Whatever it was I said, right? It's like, yes, I can do this. I can embody this. And feeling the way I feel now. So yes, bring this into your corporation, to your business, to your team training, team building, whatever it is. Just try it.
Close your eyes. Notice any sensations in your body. Simply breathe into them. What feelings does it bring up? And now in your mind, load up the intention. And why do you want this? Bring up in your mind what this will give you. What becomes possible? What limits are removed? This is your moment. And now it is time for us to become limitless. Let's go!